Real Talk Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. Y'all, it's your girl, Deja Lene. Happy Thursday. I'm so excited to be back here with you guys. Keep it locked in right here. And speaking of the Great Lock-In, as you guys know, our segment for this month has been the Great Lock-In because, again, I just feel this shift that in September, we are going to be the best that we can be because the standard is excellence here for our students at Albany State University. So for my introduction for the Great Lock-In, today we're going to be going over stewarding relationships, gifts, identity, and purpose because you are showing up to be your best self here at Albany State University. So our first topic again is stewarding identity. And this is coming from a verse I read in Proverbs where it says, a wise man has great power. A man who has knowledge is very strong. So again, I always tell you guys that everyone here on earth has a great destiny, has talents and gifts that God has placed inside of them. But at the same time, we have to know how to steward ourselves because we carry those talents and those gifts and the great purpose that God has placed inside of us. So of course you may be saying, how am I supposed to carry my purpose in such a crazy, chaotic world? Well, my per se is be the light that you want to see. Be where God has placed you. You are purposely positioned where no matter where you come from, no matter where you are purposely positioned to be in that space. How can I grow in my purpose? How can I strengthen my character? How can I strengthen my attitude? How can I strengthen who I am so I can show up to full capacity to not just help myself, but for the next person? So again, here at Albany State University, you might be a freshie, a sophomore, a junior, a senior. No matter where you are in life, we all have to understand and know our worth. What does it mean to know your worth? It means that you're grinding. You guys going to class. You guys, hanging out with your friends and doing, things that will help you get better. You just doing all the things that will help you succeed is growing your worth and knowing your character because you understand if I continue to work on myself and build behind the scenes and also gain that knowledge that I need to show up to my full self, now I'll be prepared to create the legacies. I'll be prepared to show up when that opportunity comes. Because again, like I said, I always have students who come to me and ask what am I supposed to do when I get to the opportunity but the door is not opening for me? What do I do when I face that rejection? What do I do if I have the resume and the experience, but it's just not opening for me right now? Again, you have to keep showing up. The thing that separates a lot of people these days is resilience and quitting. If you quit, you're basically just completely giving up on yourself. You're completely giving up on your worth because you feel like you're not just equipped for this space. But I'm here to tell you guys that again, you showing up to class, you getting up early to show up to that internship or doing whatever you need to do, you are already making that 1%. You're already building on yourself. And that's what people need. People need more of you in the world, that 1% to get better. So again, my last point is there is strength in knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, you're going to allow the world to define who you are, especially in college. If this is your first time in college or you've been in college, when you work on yourself and when you know your worth, when you get here and you're striving for excellence and you have mentors and peers who also want to see you get to the highest level, you have to know who you are and work on yourself. And I have to say for myself too, I'm working on building my integrity too because you don't want to just walk the walk. You want to be the walk. You know what I mean? But this is Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. And we're all about confidence here at Albany State University because we want to see our students strive for excellence. And will we be back with more promotion? My girl Fallon is going to be back with some more homecoming events because y'all, homecoming is literally less than a month away. Y'all need to lock in. Y'all need to go ahead and get your tickets. We also have a football game that Fallon is going to be speaking on this Saturday. But again, this is a great lock-in where we're going over how to steward relationships, gifts, identity, and purpose. Because the way you treat yourself, the way that you're able to show up is not only helping you, but it's setting the standard. It's setting the standard. This is Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. It's your girl, Deja Lene, your favorite choice on the FM dial. Keep it locked in right here. It's a jazz morning, y'all. So coming up next, we got... we're at the top of the hour. So we got Civil War by the Yellow Jackets and The Way You Make Me Feel by Mike Ladone. So keep it locked in right here. Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. Real 92.7 Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. You know it's your girl, Deja, and I'm with you guys. We are here, September, and the segment of the month is the Great Lock-In, where today we are again talking about how we can steward relationships, gifts, identity, and purpose here at Albany State University. Shout out to all my students today. Now, again, on this segment, we're going to be talking about how to steward our purpose. Now, as a student here at Albany State University, whether you're a freshie, sophomore, senior, junior, faculty, staff, you may ask, what is my purpose here at ASU and beyond? How do I walk in my purpose? Now, again, here in the midst of college, no matter where you are, we know that everybody is building on some sort of foundation. We know that everybody is here to build on something. Now, I went to a leadership event yesterday, and one of the things that Judge Brown spoke on was having multiple passions in multiple things. And I think it's so amazing because me, myself, I have multiple passions, hobbies, and gifts that I know that is within my purpose and that I can do even if I didn't have money. You know what I mean? So whatever your heart's desires that you love doing that you could do without money, or, you know, whatever job or opportunity where you can wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I'm genuinely excited to go to work today. I'm genuinely excited to go to this class today. That is where your purpose is. Again, I just went over with you guys that you are purposely positioned in specific areas to be the light that you want to see in whatever area that you are in. But also, I was reading, and I found it interesting, like, you know, when it comes to your purpose and you're figuring yourself out and your heart's desires that God has placed on your life. I was reading Jeremiah 1, and it was basically Jeremiah was talking to God, and God was speaking to Jeremiah and saying, before I made you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I chose you to do a special work. I chose you to be a prophet of the nations. So one thing I really love is how God will affirm you. And not just that, like, there's other people on this campus. There's mentors, there's counselors, there are coaches out here who are going to affirm you to walk in your purpose, to walk in your talents, to walk in the way that you should go that will not only heal yourself, but heal others. You know what I mean? Well, again, look for people who affirm you when you are going in the right direction to where God is leading you to do. But Jeremiah, instead of, you know, his response is really interesting because Jeremiah said, but God, I don't know how to speak. I am only a boy. But the Lord said to me, now let's pause there. It's interesting that, you know, when you are at the opportunity or when you're actually trying to build on your character, your attitude, and getting ready to get to the next level, how doubt will start to creep in. Isn't it crazy how adversity is going to start to creep in so you can continue to dim your light or dim your character so you stay comfortable, so you stay stuck in the past? Isn't that crazy? But again, I'm just so glad here that I'm here to encourage you. And again, we have amazing faculty, staff, counseling services, Active Minds. We have You Will, mental health awareness site that helps you to continue to help affirm you when that adversity comes against you, when that rejection and just haters come against you to tell you to stay where you are. You know what I mean? Because it will happen. I promise you. And this is what God had said back to Jeremiah. He said, don't be afraid of anyone. I am with you. I'll protect you. This message is from the Lord. So I'm here to tell you, no matter where you're trying to get to, no matter what your vision is, no matter what your goal is here at Albany State University, you have to continue to speak life into yourself, but also surround yourself with people who will also speak life into you. Because again, when I see you guys, I see greatness in you. I don't look at you guys from your past mistakes and what you've been through and stuff. We look at destiny. What is your destiny? Because again, you are carrying purpose. Again, I always tell you guys, me leaving my hometown, barely having finances, barely having all the resources, and just stepping out on hope and faith, knowing that when I get to Albany State University, there's going to be a door open for me because I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to stay diligent. I'm willing to keep showing up even when I face those closed doors and rejections. But you got to go to class. You got to show up to that attendance. You got to ask for help. You have to do your part too. Again, I talked on the other segment. We can't just take shortcuts. Everything is not going to be easy. You know what I mean? But again, if you continue to stay consistent, if you continue to show up, I promise you guys, you will see the results. So speaking of that, because you guys carry purpose, because you guys are building on your identity, it's very important to steward your relationships. We're getting into that next on Real 92.7. Gotta wrap it up soon. This is Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial.